Today we're diving in Season 3 Technician, and this Technician is going to be a little bit different than a Technician build that I've done in the past, because this Technician is going to have some power. This Technician is going to be able to go toe-to-toe with a lot of the other builds, and that's exactly what we're here for. So do not forget to like, subscribe. We're across all social media. I put out a lot more shorts now, starting to really develop those. So you got YouTube, Instagram, X, Twitch drops enabled tonight. Come live stream 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come get your drops on Twitch. Make sure you are following. Also, we're on Kick now as well. So whatever you want to watch, come on in 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's dive right on into it. And for those who are wondering why I use this site, I use this site because I have all of my attention on my Magician build, trying to get enough VC to level that Magician build up. And then once I get enough VC, I go over to the Technician build, I go over to the Sculptor build, and I go one by one. I'm not somebody who just throws in a bunch of cash in. I like to earn my VC, build my way up. It makes it more fun, more enjoyable. So I use this site, PGA2KLab.com. One of my followers, he built this. Fantastic job. It's already been updated with the new adjustments, so feel free to go on and use this, PGA2KLab.com. So let's dive into the Technician build. It's not going to be a very long video. It's going to be pretty easy, pretty simple, and that's pretty much how it goes. So in here, you click Archetype Tool, you go to the Technician build, which we did, and this is the build here. So these are just the base stats in which you would put your player to. So you decipher how you differentiate your 25 points. Right out of the gate, we're putting all 25 points towards power. That's going to get you up to a 67 power. Your contact is going to be at a 75. Your swing path, all 25 points going to swing path as well. That's going to get you at a starting 95. Your driver is going to be absolutely insane right off the rip, simply without any fittings applied to it whatsoever. And if you guys don't know, I highly recommend the season pass, simply because you get a lot of Evo tools. Evo tools are very costly these days. You get a lot more VC as well. And I'm not somebody who usually is so pro like giving extra money. But in this case, I think the benefits are definitely worth it, as well as you get a lot of additional items like amethyst level and ruby level irons and other clubs like that, so you can essentially just skip ahead if you're stuck at like the green or the blue level, the sapphire and the emerald level. So it gives you abilities to jump ahead without spending additional Evo tools. Don't just start from the beginning unless you really want that specific club. But continuing on, we have shaping. I like to split this one. So recovery is very important. I know some people think that recovery is not that important. I think it's a skill gap thing. If you are in a situation where you are a better player and you can get away by recovering and doing the math calculations, it is beneficial to probably play this a little bit lower. You need some shaping in this game, so 70 is the minimum threshold that I'm willing to break. So in this one, I do go down to 70 shaping. I really wish I would have more recovery. You can max around with it with fittings, but just try to hit the fairway as much as possible, because the attributes after everything is going to be pretty high. So when it comes down to the next category, rhythm and transition, 80 is the minimum threshold I'm willing to go on transition. It is a very important and instrumental part of this game. If you are just slightly off, either hitting it early or, can be hitting it late, it is a massive difference in how far your ball goes. And when it comes down to it, hitting closer to the flags is the most important factor in this game. I would even flirt with moving this down to a 60 and getting that up to an 88, but I don't really see too big of a transition between an 88 and an 80. Now I do see a massive difference with transition below an 80, so I do stay at the 80 threshold mark. When it comes down to the putting stats, you guys know it's find what works and what doesn't work for you. I know putt weight is the most important stat, so that's why all 25 points go to putt weight. Putt path, when you're on hills especially, a low putt path, the hill off of the jump when you first hit it, will have a bigger effect on a lower putt path. So in all of my testing, putt path and putt weight were the two main factors. Now, this is also from my point of view where I don't ever struggle with rhythm. If you do struggle with rhythm, go check out my video on how to improve your rhythm. But so I don't really need to put anything into the putt rhythm simply because I don't struggle with rhythm. Unless you're on legendary difficulty, that is a different animal. So this is how I pretty much go about it. All 25 points go to putt weight, 25 points go to putt path, to making sure the ball is starting on line and going the correct distance. Now let's talk about fittings here. There's a whole fitting feature in this app as well. You can quickly see I've already applied all the fittings exactly how I'm going to go about it for my technician build, and it gives me below the new updated rankings for all of my clubs. Super easy tool, super efficient, and you can plan ahead without wasting 500 VC every single time. On the driver, I'm going 4 power fittings and 1 contact fitting. That's going to get me up to a 91 power and an 82 contact. Now, I would test around with this if you are somebody who can get away with, a lower contact at a 75. I would recommend putting this up to a power of a 96. And you're going to be pretty much eye to eye with any of the builds out there when it comes down to the power category. But if you are somebody who just wants to make sure, because we have a low recovery, that we want to find fairways as much as possible, I would check out the 82 contact. And if you're still struggling with contact issues, move this to an 88 and then your power down to an 86. But my build will look just like this: 82 contact, 91 power with the driver. Now, when it comes down to the woods, the irons, and the wedges, you have to remember we're already at a 95 overall swing path. So we're pretty much good on that category. When it comes down to the power and the contact, we place 2 power fittings and 3 contact fittings. This gets us all the way up to a 94 contact and a 80 power. 80 power is essential. Now, why is it essential? Because you're hitting different clubs. Like when most people are hitting 6 irons, you're going to be hitting 8 irons or 7 irons. That is a big difference in spin factors, as well as anything below an 80, the ball spins a lot less. And if you want to hit close to flags, you can't have to run balls up through fringes and through roughs and try to figure out how to stop the ball. You need natural spin, and natural spin is tied to power this year, so it is very, very important. And as always, you guys know, like I said, continuing when it comes down to the putter, putt weight, putt path are essential to me. So 3 putt path, 1 putt weight, that gets me up to a 90 putt path and an 87 putt weight. The ball is starting on line, it is going the right distance. I'm cool if you change this one to rhythm. That's where I'd probably go. If you don't want to go even higher on putt weight, go to rhythm or go to putt contact, but I really wouldn't do that. I would just go to putt rhythm because you're already at a low spot. Putt contact was very low. Just make sure you are pushing towards wherever you're aiming and you're going to be just fine on putt contact. But this is how that build goes, and this is exactly how I have it set up. Now let's talk a little bit about my T skills. Same as the magician build. So if you've seen my magician build, they are no different. You have fully maxed out T skills except the rhythm on the power drive. Now power drive is going to be very important with this build because you have such a high swing path to start off the rip. You can hit a lot more power drives with the technician build. I saved the rhythm aspect because I don't struggle with rhythm, and it allows me to get an additional approach skill that I want. So fully maxed out approach shot here, choked approach shot. Like I said, leave off the rhythm aspect. We got the spinner, leave off the rhythm aspect. We just do a cut through of the runner. We don't really use that shot. And then we have a fully maxed out pitch here with all 4 categories. When it comes to recovery, you can get by with the punch shot without putting anything by it. It is not a difficult shot. You can easily use it, plus you use it very sparingly. When it comes down to the flop shot, we fully max that out. Skip through the super flop because I think having recovery is more important than having a fully maxed out super flop. And then I just apply one individual one here. When it comes down to the bunker, fully maxed out splash. You can go either way when it comes to blast or power pick. I don't really think there's a big difference here. I don't use either one of them very often. I lean more on the power pick side in case I am in a fairway bunker. It gives me an extra, option. And then you guys know pick is one of the best shots in the game. Leave out the rhythm so that way you can get your recovery. When it comes to the green skills, we fully max out putt, we fully max out chip. We skip through the bump and run section, skip through the Texas wedge. I think they kind of broke that entire animation there. And I am always an advocate for fully maxing out green reader. This is an imperative spot there. So, and then, we got the clubhouse pass that we're still working through, and we're eventually going to get to the new lob shot, but you'll have to stay tuned for that one. So that's the build. Technician Season 3. I hope you guys like it. I hope it helps you out. Let me know. You guys know I'm a magician main, but I'm always happy to make these. Next up, we got Sculptor, and then we'll do Powerhouse, and then we'll do Greenskeeper. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check us out tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come say hello. Catch you in another.